Okay, so for item number 2, I don't know that much, but I know that I don't want it to be the full width of this scrap. I'm going to be using this stamp to put my logo on it, and so I want it to be kind of proportional to that, maybe a little bigger, maybe a 1/4 inch, probably maybe a 1/4 inch on either side. Maybe does it want to be 1.5 inches? No, that seems too wide. I'm thinking 1.25 inches ought to be fine, because the imprint is actually slightly smaller than that circle I just measured, right? Corner to corner, it's pretty close, but side to side, it's a little smaller. So I think 1.25 inches is going to be more than enough. Is this in fact square? Yeah, it's basically square, yeah. 1.25 inches. Before I go any further, have I messed up? Is it 1.25 inches on both sides? Well, it's a little less than 1.25 inches there, isn't it? That means that my piece wasn't quite square. It wasn't quite square. That's unfortunate. I should have measured this way. I think I can salvage it though. I'm not gonna, yeah, that's well within the realm of a bevel's gonna take that off. So I'm gonna just mark here. Now that looks a lot better. That line's really unfortunate, but I think I can save it. So I'm gonna roll with that. Plus it's a scrap. I don't want to make a new scrap for the sake of a scrap. So I'm just gonna take a straight edge here. Obviously I could cut it with a knife, but this is nice and convenient. The idea here is just gonna be to fold it over, lop off those corners, hit that with the stamp. So I want squares to work with, right? I want, if it's 1.25 inches, it needs to be 1.25 inches here. And also it wants to be 1.25 inches here. So that's the gap. It's about 1/4 inch that I have to work with. That's a small gap. I think it'll be okay. I can fudge that a little bit. It'll be all right. Now I'm not gonna draw a line clear through here, because some of this I'm keeping. I'm just gonna give myself a box to work in. This is 1.25 inches wide. I'm thinking we want 3/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna take off 3/8 on either side. There. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. Come in, 1.25 inches, right there it is. 3/8 about there, 3/8 is about there. So now I've got some bounds that I can work within. The next thing I'll do is just want to curve those, maybe this. That's a little small. 2 5/16, is that too big? Yeah, it's just about perfect. So then the question is, how far in do I want to come? I'm thinking maybe here could look good. I'm using my imagination a little bit right now. I think that's too thin. So we're gonna come out a little more. I think that's it. So where does that put us? The very outermost edge is at 5/16. So I'm gonna mark off just a dot at 5/16. And then over here, another dot, 5/16. I'm gonna line this up within the channel that I've created to where that edge just touches at 5/16. And the curve will bring it in more than 5/16. And it'll cut over all the lines I just created, so I'm not too worried about that. If I was worried about that, I'd have done this on a piece of template paper or something. Yeah, not bad. Do this again. Just touch my dot, put it right in the middle of these two lines. I'm just gonna use my straight punch. I'm gonna line it up right on that outermost edge. And because it bevels just a little bit from the shape of the punch, I'm actually just gonna bring that down to the board and then rock it forward along my line. And I'm gonna double check that everything lines up before I commit. It's pretty clean. Same on this side. Not perfect, but no one will notice. Whack. All right. Now I'm going to round these corners out. I'll do that with my 10mm round corner punch. Not bad. So now when I fold this over, just that little bit of a lip, that's what's going to clip the... So we'll just slide this into here. Will look a little like that. It's you know, now that I see it, that neck should have been longer. Well, that's what you do a template for. It's not horrible, is it? It's a bit horrible. Let me see if I have a smaller one. Ooh, what else do you? That's not bad. So that's not too bad. I think I'm gonna roll with that. Kind of wish I had these in brass now. That would look cool. The next move is this time I'm gonna stitch these. I'm not gonna use rivets. I think I'll go to about an 1/8 inch stitch line, 1/8 of an inch, and I think I'll come down, over, and up. I don't think I have to come across this way. Maybe a stitch? Would it look good that way? Yeah, it might. Let's try it. Why not? Again, turning the piece, not the dividers. You can turn the dividers, but turning the piece generally gives a better result, usually. He says while slipping off the edge. There. Do the same thing over here, and done. Okay. Now, what I need is the exact center point. We know that this is a 1 1/4 inches. Just double checking, and 1 1/4 inches. So our center point is going to be 10/8. So half of that will be 10/16. 10/16. Bam. The question is, at what SPI do we want to stitch this? Do we want small stitches or large stitches? It's a small item. It's something that your eyes will be drawn to, if they're drawn to it at all. 11 SPI. So what I'll do is I'll mark out the middle and then just ride this piece. Oh, that's almost a perfect fit. Right in the middle. Now if I do that, I think I can live with that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. If I do it this way, maybe you can see better. Of course I can't. There. Now, I'll walk these up on each side because we want them to be in alignment. They're going to be close together. It's going to be very easy to see any mistakes. I hope there won't be any. Oops, there's a mistake. It's okay, that'll come out. All right, so now I'm going to just set this right here. That will overlap a bit. So we'll go to the 2. Okay, so here's where that last tooth would come to the corner. Truth be told, that's not bad. I'm going to put it on the corner and then pivot just for that one stitch. Do this here. Same story, same thing. Right on that corner. Bring that around. One stitch. That's gonna be okay. Now I repeat on this side. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No, I think I have one extra stitch there. So how did that happen? Is my width? Huh, how did that happen? When this happens, always try to understand why. Pretty unfortunate, actually. 4, 6, 8. There should be a 9th stitch right there. Really unfortunate. I may have ruined it. We'll just see how this works out. I know that I did some stuff wrong. How about I do over here? 2, 4, 6, 8. Somehow I got 9 here. Let's see if I get 8 or 9 over here. It's not going to line up as much as I liked. It might still be okay. You can either throw it out and start over, which if I was making this for somebody else, or if I was looking to make money off of it, I would probably do at this point. Or you can write it out and see what it's going to look like. Which is kind of where I'm at now. Alright, so that one only had 8. Somehow I got 1 extra stitch in here. It's okay. I can probably lose that. Let's clean these edges. Now wait, now there's a trick. These are going to come together, so I don't want to bevel these insides. I want to bevel on the outside, but not the inside. Here where it comes apart, I want to bevel on the inside. So I'm going to just do that round. Do this round. And then I'm going to flip it over and do just the outside, so all the way around. Now, because I won't be able to get in here again, I want to edge paint just the inside, nothing else. What are we going to call that? The neck? So just the neck. And that's it. That's it. Once that dries, I'll take it to the press. Now before I go any further, before I actually stitch this thing together, I have to put my mark on there. Also, I want to use foil here. Now I don't have a foil press. I have a 1-ton press and a blowtorch. So that's how I'm going to do that. This will be interesting. Okay. Now, I'll lay my foil over it. There we go. There's 2 kind of problems that we have to figure out. One is alignment. So for a key, a point of reference, I'm going to line my foil up with the stitches. That'll give me a mark on one side. I could be very precise and cut off a little square, but I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to put that there. That'll help me with alignment. Now, the second problem is, when doing it this way, I don't have any accurate way to know how hot it's going to be. I do know heating a crease after about 30 seconds tends to burn the leather. So this is a bigger piece of metal. The heat will be rising towards the top of the metal. So I'm going to go with about 30 seconds and see how it does. Let's see what happens. I have tweezers. I'm going to put the stamp on the tweezers, and I will lay it out like that and then press. I want to see if I can do this without releasing it. Yeah, so I can do that and just leave it on the tweezers. That'll be fine. It's about 30 seconds. I'm going to flip it over, line this up, press it down. I can't hold it still, that's a problem. And give it a good solid press. Just see how that does. Certainly made an impression. Now, do the other side. I have a similar problem. I know it needs to be no more than 30 seconds, assuming that worked. But I don't think it'll be a full 30 seconds because it's still hot. So I think maybe 15 seconds. About 15 seconds, more or less. Let's see if I was successful at all. Okay, so first I'm just going to pull the foil off. It's not too bad. I'm always surprised. I don't know why, but it's a little out of alignment. I could definitely use some practice on that, but it's not bad. I'm just gonna rub off the bits on the surface that didn't quite come away. It's not bad. Certainly that's gonna catch some eyeballs. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Now I'm gonna pop this through the ring. Hopefully that's not gonna ruin the foil. I never thought of that. Will it? Can it take that much abuse? Yeah, it didn't wrinkle or anything. Looks good. Cool. So now I'm going to fold this down and just stitch this together. I think I'll maybe use yellow thread here. Yeah, I think I'll use yellow thread. It's going to be off center, but that's irksome, but what are you going to do? On this side, it's much better. It's a little tilted, but that's almost unnoticeable. This side's a little off kilter. That's too bad. I could use black thread, then it would be less noticeable, but it's less fun. No, I'll use, yeah, let's do orange. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, almost done. Okay, that'll do. I'm just gonna let that dry. So finishing steps, we're just going to wax and slick, and that'll be it. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. And that's it. It's unfortunate that it's a little off center, but you know, it's probably for me, or yeah, probably just for me. So it's fine. And the other side looks pretty good. With a little bit more practice on aligning the stamps, not a bad use of scraps. Anyway, there you go. So these are our keychains. And yeah, hope you like it.